Uh, hello, good people. Hello, good people. Hello, good people. I don't normally send or do such recordings for signals. So, but I thought let me just in order for me to be able to say this quick, let me just do this recording for you, so that we can be on the same page. Uh, as the Fed news is approaching, as the Fed news is approaching, so I want to do this recording for you, ladies and gentlemen. I said earlier we should exit the the CHF. Why I said that? If you know the CHF, you can see the CHF is now breaking the structure that I believe everyone now uh, is on the sell with the structure, is on the sell with the CHF. So the problem starts when you start looking at the CHF. I just want to tell you something that no market works is in isolation. So these things they go together. These things they go together. Hence we have the what you call the correlation. So if you understand the correlation, so no market works in isolation. So you need to look at the behavior of the other markets if you want to trade the other market. So we wanted to trade the CHF to the downside from this level to these levels. Yes, it can happen. But the reason why I said we must exit this is showing us a downside. This is showing us a downside. And hence, what we're looking at Euro US dollar, we're looking at the downside as well. This cannot go down. If the Euro US dollar goes up, if in other words, what I'm trying to say, if we have to look for this thing to go down, therefore we must look for Euro US dollar to go up. But due to the update in structure that I've sent earlier on the Euro US dollar, you can see that we are looking for down on the Euro US dollar. We are looking for down to complete the current structure, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 diagonal. To complete the current structure, the diagonal. So we are looking for down on the Euro US dollar. So if Euro US dollar will go down, therefore the CHF will go up. The CHF will go up. So we are looking for structures to confirm what we are looking at. So we need to confirm what we are looking at. Looking at the Euro US dollar, looking at the Euro US dollar, I'm looking at the behavior at which the Euro US dollar is currently doing. I gave the signal for Euro US dollar this morning. So the stop loss is sitting over here. So we are not yet at the stop. We are not yet at the stop loss for the Euro US dollar. The stop loss is sitting at this level. So we are not yet at the stop loss with Euro US dollar. I said sell, yes. There's a drawdown because we're looking at this pattern. You can see this pattern over here. Look at this pattern over here. So we had, let me just go to this pattern. There is this what we call the what do you call this? The fractals. Here we are looking at the fractals for Euro US dollar. I want to just put a line on this higher of this correction over here, and also put another line. Okay, I'm gonna use this that is here, the one that is here. You can see this. The market came down with this, and it did this, break this higher. So the same thing has happened here. The reason why I said sell here, I said sell because I had no time right now. I was out because I knew that I'm not going to have time to give you the signal for this. So I just said sell. What's happening? We have this higher. The market here, it went up and break the higher. So I assume this is a fractal, this is a similar fractal. So what we're waiting for now, we're waiting for this market to do the same thing. From this pattern, it gave us a drop. From this pattern, it should give us a drop. But in this case, where are we going to with a drop? Where are we going to with a drop? We are going to this level. I know I gave the signal for this thing is going somewhere here. But with this drop here, we are going to 1,107339. This is where we are going to. So we want this to start dropping in order for it to give us the what you call the wave 5. Let's go to the DXY. Same applies with the DXY. We're expecting the very same thing to happen. We're expecting the very same thing to happen. I'm coming to this one. I'm coming to this one. I want to show you something over here. Let's go to DXY daily. Let's go to DXY daily. Let's go to DXY daily. If you look at the DXY on the daily, this whole thing is a diagonal here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to complete 5. And it can even push up, it can push out of these whole boundaries. The 5, it can push out of these whole boundaries, then maybe start going to the downside. But what we're looking at the DXY will push to the upside, while the euro will push to the downside. There is a negative correlation on the two pairs. If the DXY push to the upside, it will tell us that there's going to be the strength on the dollar. There's going to be a strength on the dollar. It means we're expecting a strength on the dollar, on all dollar pairs. We'll be expecting a strength on all dollar pairs. So that's what we're expecting. Then we'll be having a kind of a correction after this whole move is complete. That's what I'm expecting. So we're trading the structures. We're looking at the structures. We're looking at what the market is doing. We're looking at what the market is doing. Eventually, what is going to happen? We want the DXY in terms of the structures, in terms of the pattern that are forming. The DXY will come to this QML over here. This is a weekly or monthly QML that is sitting on the DXY over here. So we're expecting this thing to push all the way up before it give us a drop. So what can happen? It's very much possible for this DXY to push like this and start to give us some kind of a corrective structures that will end up touching over this level before it can go even further up or something, depending on the overall structure that we actually looking at. So that's what I want to discuss with Euro, US dollar. The other pair that I gave out on the signal, the other pair that I gave out is this one. I want to also to talk about this one as well. To talk about this one as well. You can see, which is why it's very much important when the pair comes, the trade setup comes, we look, you can see this thing here. I said there's two setup for these things. There's two setup for these things. I said this, we should expect this maybe to come more on this boundary here, to come more on this boundary here before it push to the upside. We have a bit of a divergence over this area. We have a bit of a divergence over this area. Then when I gave the second signal, because I saw this kind of a accumulation happening over here, this kind of an accumulation happening over here. Therefore, we expected this, if this breaks the structure, we expected to take this thing all the way to these levels over here. So it didn't break the structure because of the fundamental, it didn't break the structure, but it's fine. The structure is still the same. It's still the same structure we were looking at, the three-wave structure, the corrective, the flag. I mean, the flag, this is still the flag. It is not invalidated. You can even see this thing. It goes 1, 2, 3. It goes 1, 2, 3. So it's the same flag. So this is the same setup. This is the same setup. Nothing has changed on this one. So on the breakout of this one and the candle that close out of this thing, we'll be looking to take this thing all the way up. Therefore, we'll adjust and set the stop loss at the bottom over there. So this is the same setup. Nothing has changed. I just want to maybe quickly show you what's happening with these pairs and know what we are expecting. And know exactly what we're expecting from here. We are still getting a flat correction here, a flat corrective structure over here. Sorry. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So on a breakout of this one, we expect it to push to the upside, to push to the upside. We've got a nice divergence on this one. You can see we've got a nice divergence. We've got a nice divergence on this one. So we expect this on the breakout of these structures to push to the upside. That's what we expect. Let's go to the other pair that we have hit the stop loss. The reason I don't want to discuss these things further is because I've already discussed these pairs. I've already discussed this pairs. We took this pair from here. When I sent it out, we took it from here. So we in profit. So this is structure. The structure that is happening over here is already invalidated. We're not going to look at it. We're not going to look at this structure here. It's already invalidated. What we are looking at, we are not looking at this piece over here, but we are going to look at this whole head and shoulder that is happening over here. Price action, guys. Price action. So we're going to look at this head and shoulder that is going to happen over here. So I'm not going to say anything about the US dollar cut, but what we're expecting this thing to push all the way up, as I explained it on the video that I've recorded on price action. There's a video that I've recorded that I have did with the price action group 2 weeks back. So we were speaking about this. We're still here. We're still here. A week or 2 weeks back, we're still here when we released this video. Then I said this thing will push all the way up. It will push all the way up. So what you can wait for now, what we can wait for, or just do this. I want to take this to the smaller time frame so that I will remove these things over here. Okay, I want to put this on the side here because I see we're still gonna use it. This is a pattern. This pattern over here is invalidated. We're not gonna look at it anymore. This pattern. So we're gonna move these things over here. We're gonna move these things over here. So let's put another one over here. Let's put this one. Let's put this one. Right. Okay. Let me just put this. Let me just put this setup on the group. Let me put this setup on the group. Let me put it on the group. This setup over here. Let me put it on the group. Let me go on the group and put it on. Go to the group and put on this setup. I'll put it on the trade setup. I'll put it on the trade setup. The US dollar Canada. I'll put it on the trade setup. I'll put it on the trade setup over here. Okay. Put it on the trade setup. Once it is confirmed, then I'll then put the risk reward ratios. Therefore, then if it is ready to be traded, hopefully it's gonna be ready. But if yeah, right, it's on the group. It's on the group already. The US dollar Canada. I've put it on the group. So we're gonna wait this to start breaking the structure over here. If it breaks it, then we know we're gonna take it all the way up. So I'm very much convinced that the US dollar Canada will be the US dollar will be positive, but we're gonna see. we're gonna see. Looking at we can still have patterns here. We have patterns that are very much convincing us that this will push to the upside. This will push to the upside. Let's check with you how far this will push. Let's check how far this will will push, guys. Right. I was just looking at this US dollar Canada CHF. Look, US dollar CHF has broken the structure already. It has broken the structure that we're looking at. This is a structure that we were looking at for US dollar Canada. It has broken that structure. But because of the US dollar, Euro US dollar, we can be more likely to see this going up. We can be more likely to see this going up. So let's watch and see what is happening. We've got a nice pattern over here that is playing out on the US dollar CHF. So which is why I'm saying I'm very much convinced that this will start pushing and give us this three-wave structure to the upside, the big three-wave structure to the upside before it give us a drop. Because if the Euro US dollar goes up, this thing will start dropping. Will start dropping. So I want will start dropping. This thing will start dropping. So we can look at the whole structure like that. We can look at this structure as a running flat, as a running flat in the middle. But there's another possibility for this. If this drops like that, therefore it means we will start to have some kind of an expanding flat over here. But we will see how this plays out. Let's see what's happening over here and see if we are getting this move to the upside or anything else. Very possible, guys. We had the pattern like this before that pushed all the way to the upside. We had it twice. We had it this same pattern here. We had it here. We had it here as well. That push all the way to the upside. USD CAD can do the very same pattern again, this kind of a compression and push to the upside. So let's just prepare ourselves for that. I hope you guys will trade well the Feds that are coming. Trust me, it's gonna impact the market on the US dollar pairs. Cheers, guys. Another one that I didn't mention just before I go is the pound. It's the pound Australia. Let's look at the pound Australia. Let's look at the pound Australia. I'm not gonna go to details with it, but I'm just gonna touch a little bit on it and maybe look at the Euro NZD and Euro Australia quickly. We also hit at the stop over here, the pound Australia. We also hit at the stop on the pound Australia. But what I'm looking at, we are looking for the pound Australia to come to the lows. I was looking at it to come to these lows over here. We have came to the lows, but I'm not looking at this to 10 because it didn't even come to the lows. So I was looking at this thing to come and take the lows. So it will drop, maybe come to the lows, maybe give us some strange patterns over here, then push to the upside. Very much possible. Let's watch this. It will come to the lows. It will come to the lows. It invalidated the head and shoulder that we were looking at here. So, but we will look which structure is forming. So what we're gonna wait, we're gonna wait for some kind of an impulse and a corrective structure to confirm that this is going to the downside. I'm not yet convinced that the upside is complete. We need more confirmation on that one. If the upside is complete or what. What we were looking at the upside, we were looking to get the Z, to get the Z. But you know, you can have this as Z finish over here. You can have this with the already finished Z. But we hope this is gonna be a pattern that is gonna play out and have one more up. Let's hope we're gonna still have one more up before we have this big drop that we want on this one. But I'm not yet convinced that this whole thing is complete or whatsoever. Cheers, guys. That's all I wanted to discuss with you. Cheers. Have a good trading. See you next week. Cheers.